War Robots 12.4 is already looking crazy on the test server. We've got a brand new robot, 3 new IARAGHI weapons, and 3 ultimate items returning with some serious upgrades. And today, we're going through the specs in just 1 minute. Then we're jumping straight into gameplay to see what these things can actually do. First up is Dedopali from Icarus. This robot has 275,000 hit points and a 50 km/h top speed. Its swarm ability launches 3 autonomous flying pods that attack nearby enemies. And when you reactivate the ability, Dedopali fires a rocket that applies gravity lift. Dedopali comes with the new IARAGHI weapon family, L, M, and H. The IARAGHI M shown here has 22,500 damage, a 600 meter range, and a 5-second reload. So this is clearly designed around long range, remote pressure. Then we have the ultimate versions of Glacier and Rime. Ultimate Glacier shows 3,528 damage, freeze, 350 meters of range, and an 11-second reload. Ultimate Rime shows 1,838 damage, freeze, and the same 11-second reload. And finally, Ultimate Shell. This monster has 600,000 HP, 43 km/h, 126,000 ability damage, and a massive 1.71 million physical shield. And there's also a brand new map in early development, which we will see in gameplay. Alright, enough specs. Let's see how these machines actually perform. Starting with the Ultimate Shell. And the first thing I notice is the movement. Without using the ability, Shell definitely feels slow and heavy. You can really feel that tank design when you're trying to rotate or reposition. But once you start using the ability, that changes the situation quite a bit. And look at that physical shield. This thing can absorb a ridiculous amount of punishment before the actual robot starts taking damage. I'm pushing forward here and basically trying to force the enemy to deal with me. And this is where Ultimate Shell makes sense. It's not about being the fastest robot on the field. It's about walking into the fight and saying, okay, deal with me first. Ultimate Glacier and Ultimate Rime, doing great damage, but it's feel like hard to aim, especially with fast moving target. So positioning is going to be really important with these weapons. You want to predict where the enemy's going, rather than simply aiming at where they are right now. But when you actually connect, yeah, that damage is satisfying, and with freeze building up, you can really punish an enemy once you get consistent hits. Now, for the most interesting addition, Dedopali. This robot feels completely different from Shell. You've got the 3 flying pods moving away from the robot, and once they reach their position, they start attacking nearby enemies automatically. That gives Dedopali a really interesting playstyle. You can stay behind cover, send the swarm forward, and let those pods apply pressure while you focus on positioning. And when the ability's active, you can reactivate it to fire that rocket and apply gravity lift. That can be really useful for disrupting an enemy's movement and setting up your next attack. The IARAGHI weapons also fit the robot really well. With the 600 meter range, you can play from a safer distance while the pods are doing their thing. But you still have to be careful. Dedopali isn't a traditional brawler. You really want to use its range, mobility, and swarm together instead of charging straight into the middle of the enemy team. So after trying everything together, here's my first impression. Ultimate Shell feels like the tank of the group. Slow without its ability, but extremely tough. Ultimate Glacier and Rime brings strong damage, although landing those shots consistently can take some practice, and Dedopali is probably the most interesting one mechanically, with its autonomous swarm and gravity lift. Of course, this is still the test server, so numbers and mechanics can change before release. But now I want to know what you think. Which one would you actually use? Ultimate Shell, Glacier and Rime, or Dedopali with IARAGHI? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed the test, hit that like button and subscribe for more War Robots updates and gameplay.